The new 3x3 basketball league, backed by $100 million of TNT sports money, is spearheaded by 2024 WNBA finalists Breanna Stewart and Nafisa Collier, and will begin in January in Miami, before the 2025 WNBA season tips off in May. Unrivaled has already named 34 of its 36 players for its 6 different teams, with 2 final spots remaining. New York Liberty star Sabrina Ionescu, fresh off a first WNBA championship, and reigning WNBA Rookie of the Year Caitlin Clark are heavily rumored to be the final 2 players involved. Interestingly, both players are partnered with State Farm. Unrivaled has announced a multi-year sponsorship with State Farm, making them our exclusive home and auto insurance sponsor, as well as the presenting sponsor for our highly anticipated club selection announcement, set to release this Wednesday, November 20th, one post read. Fans have put 2 and 2 together and think it's nailed on that Clark will be one of the final 2 plays announced for Unrivaled. Clark, who plays for the Indiana Fever in the WNBA, could receive an offer of more than $1 million per season to join the league. "We'll see," Clark told Indy Star. "I don't know. Just taking it as it goes, and see if I want to play eventually." Front Office Sports recently reported that Unrivaled was set to table a Lionel Messi-like deal to Clark to entice her to join. Unrivaled president Alex Basil went one further and said the 22-year-old has a spot if she wants it. "We're always going to have a roster spot for Caitlin Clark," Basil told Sportico. "We're not applying a full court press the way people think. We are letting her decompress from basketball. She knows that we have a spot for her when she's ready." Unrivaled teams are the Laces, Lunar Owls, Mist, Phantom, Rose, and Vinyl. The 6 head coaches, yet to be assigned to a team, are Phil Handy, Adam Harrington, Nola Henry, DJ Sackman, Andrew Wade, and Teresa Weatherspoon. TNT Sports announced its multi-year media rights agreement with Unrivaled, with primetime games set to air on TNT on Mondays and Fridays, and on True TV on Saturdays over an 8-week span, including the playoffs. The league will be owned by players, giving Unrivaled athletes equity and a vested interest in its success. Unrivaled is unique in the sense that it has committed ownership equity to the league's players, which includes the likes of Angel Reese, Kelsey Plum, Chelsea Gray, and Brittany Griner. It will have contract opportunities offering the highest average salary in women's professional sports league history. Players will all receive a 6-figure salary, as much as $250,000 for the competition, more than many of the players will earn for an entire season in the WNBA. Ray Burrell of the Los Angeles Sparks and Jordan Canada of the Atlanta Dream were the 33rd and 34th players respectively to join the league. Unrivaled will announce the final rosters of their 6 teams on Wednesday, and Clark could very well be included. Caitlin Clark has a major endorsement deal with State Farm. "You all may have seen the commercials airing for months during March Madness and the NBA playoffs. CC is so joining Unrivaled," one fan posted. The rookie phenom is yet to publicly announce her commitment to Unrivaled. That's especially noteworthy given the league has just secured a blockbuster sponsorship with the insurance company. While the 2024 WNBA season has come to an end, a couple of players across the league have posted pictures of their return to the court. The Indiana Fever posted a photo of Lexie Hull's return to the practice facility on Tuesday. The WNBA veteran was working with team trainers, practicing a couple of drills, most notably free throw form shooting and the Mekon drill. Following the post by the Fever, Indiana star Caitlin Clark commented on Hull's off-season training. She sent a message under the Fever's post, seemingly praising Hull's commitment and dedication to the game. "She's inspiring. Truly," Clark said. During the 2024 season, Hull had a career year. She posted multiple career highs after being selected in the first round of the 2022 draft. Hull finished the season averaging 5.5 points, 2.5 rebounds and 1.1 assists per game. She shot 44.1% from the field and 47.1% from three-point range. Hull recorded career highs in points, field goal percentage and three-point percentage. Much of Hull's success during the 2024 season came from the facilitating of Clark. The 22-year-old opened up the Fever's offense with a league-leading 8.4 assists per game. She also averaged 19.2 points and 5.7 rebounds per game. Clark and Hull led the Fever to their first trip to the WNBA playoffs since 2016, finishing the year with a 20-20 record, listed as the number 6 team in the standings. Caitlin Clark is well known for her fiery play on the basketball court and her calm, fun-loving personality off it. But she has got a fandom that is rather fierce and demands the world take notice of everything she deserves. As the petition is loud and clear, fans want her signature shoe, and they want it now. A tweet that kicked it all off reads, "If you are not happy in any way about how Nike has been treating Caitlin Clark with her signature shoe rollout, or should I say lack thereof, or Nike's horrible treatment of Caitlin Clark in general, please sign and share this petition. We see you at Nike." According to the petition, CC's fans feel outraged that Nike hasn't been more proactive in promoting Clark, one of the most marketable female athletes on the planet. With little information about her signature shoe and almost no promotion, fans take it personally, calling out the brand for what they see as a missed opportunity. The Indiana Fever star's relationship with Nike started back in college when she signed a name, image, and likeness (NIL) deal in 2022. That deal expired at the end of the 2023-24 season, paving the way for a new contract. And this time, it wasn't just any contract. This new deal was set to be the richest sponsorship for a female basketball player. Major sports brands like Under Armour and Adidas were all in the mix, reportedly offering the Hooper huge sums, including 4-year deals worth millions. But Clark chose Nike, signing an 8-year, $28 million contract with the brand that promised her a signature shoe. Then, she went on to make her WNBA debut, lead the Indiana Fever to the playoffs, and win the Rookie of the Year title, but the shoe hasn't been launched yet. Considering A'ja Wilson's was lined up for the upcoming year, fans requested for some merch at the least. And the brand did release a t-shirt with her records printed on it, but fans believe it's mediocre. So, it has been a long-going disappointment among the fans of the star whose W jersey sales contributed to 500% increase this season. But what really lit the fire under Clark's fanbase for the petition now? It all came to a head when Reebok dropped a major announcement that definitely raised some eyebrows. We know that Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are the young faces of the W, and the rivalry between their fandoms dates back to their college days. The Chicago Sky star just extended her contract with Reebok, and it came with some exciting news. She's getting her own signature shoe, which will be out by 2026. During her podcast, Unapologetically Angel, the 22-year-old shared the big announcement, saying, "I'm extremely excited to let you guys know that we are officially coming out with a Reebok by Angel signature shoe." Reese also mentioned that the design process was already underway. Reese's partnership with Reebok has certainly paid off. She became the brand's first ever major NIL signing and the first athlete signed under Shaquille O'Neal's leadership, now serving as Reebok Basketball's president. Just a year after their partnership kicked off, Reese's collaborative footwear collection, Reebok by Angel, hit the market in August 2024. Also, her first Reebok performance basketball sneaker, Reebok Engine A, debuted on the court against none other than Clark's Indiana Fever. And now, with Reebok setting the bar high with Reese's signature shoe release, the pressure is on Nike. Fans are feeling the heat, especially when you consider that Clark's shoe deal was supposed to be a highlight of her contract. So, while the Lady Tigers alumna is celebrating her success, we will have to see when Nike makes the big move. Will Caitlin Clark participate in unrivaled basketball? The chances of Clark joining the league were seemingly slim a few weeks ago. However, the league's latest announcement hints that Clark and possibly Las Vegas Aces star A'ja Wilson could join Unrivaled. The 22-minute announcement is quite specific. Is it possible that Unrivaled has a 22-minute video for a different reason? Yes, but with fans previously asking if Clark and Wilson are playing, one has to imagine that they could end up getting announced as Unrivaled's new participants on Wednesday. For those who may not be aware, Clark and Wilson both wear number 22 on their jerseys. They both finished within the top 5 of MVP voting in 2024 as well, as Wilson ultimately won the award. Additionally, Wilson and Clark are two of the most popular players in the entire WNBA. Adding them to the league would instantly draw more attention. With only 2 spots remaining, all eyes will be on Unrivaled on Wednesday. Unrivaled's announcement is exciting to say the least, and it will be interesting to see if A'ja Wilson and Caitlin Clark are indeed announced as new Unrivaled participants. Breanna Stewart and Nafisa Collier founded the league. They wanted to give WNBA players an off-season alternative to playing overseas while producing a quality product on the floor. Some of the best players in the league are set to participate alongside Stewart and Collier, such as Arika Gumbawale, Angel Reese, and Dearica Hamby. So when does the league begin? Unrivaled Basketball is set to get underway in January of 2025. The first games are scheduled for January 17. Unrivaled will last 2 months, with the final scheduled for March 17. It projects to be a competitive league. With WNBA players set to go head-to-head, there will be a desire to win. At the very least, Unrivaled provides a quality opportunity for WNBA players to continue to improve during the off-season. For the superstars participating in the event, though, one has to imagine that they will have no shortage of motivation to compete in an effort to win the Unrivaled championship. They would love to send an off-season message to other stars around the league. The question is whether or not A'ja Wilson and Caitlin Clark will be among the stars competing in Unrivaled, a question that seemingly will be answered on Wednesday. During her time at Iowa, it was not unusual for Caitlin Clark to voice her displeasure with officials during a given game. The WNBA Rookie of the Year returned to the state of Iowa to watch her former team take on Drake in Des Moines. Clark was a little farther away from referees on Sunday than she had been for the past few years when she was wearing a Hawkeyes uniform. But sitting in the stands instead of sitting on a player's bench did not seem to stop Clark from speaking out when she noticed a call she did not necessarily agree with. Clark was a few rows behind the courtside seats and at times appeared to have a look of dismay on her face when a call went against her former team. At one moment in particular, video posted to social media showed Clark shaking her head and yelling something at the game officials. She also raised her hands toward the sky out of apparent frustration. The 86-73 win over Drake secured Iowa's 4th win of the season. The undefeated Hawkeyes are scheduled to take on Kansas on November 20th. The Indiana Fever Guard has had a busy off-season. Aside from basketball games, Clark has also been spotted at football games and even participated in a golf pro-am this month. Clark helped end the Fever's playoff drought this past WNBA season. After parting ways with Christy Sides following Indiana's postseason run, Stephanie White was selected as the Fever's next head coach. White previously served as the head coach from 2015 to 2016. The defending champion New York Liberty landed the 7th pick in the 2025 WNBA draft on Sunday thanks to a 2023 trade with the Phoenix Mercury. While the 7th pick may not appear to be extremely valuable, it's worth noting that the Chicago Sky selected Angel Reese 7th in the 2024 WNBA draft. In 2023, the Liberty traded former 6th overall pick Michaela Onyenwere to Phoenix in exchange for the rights to Leonie Fibich, a 2023 Chicago Sky second-round pick, and the right to swap 2025 first-round picks with the Mercury. Could New York go from strength to strength and select a player capable of making such an immediate impact like Reese to add to their already loaded roster? They'll draft one selection before the fast-rising Indiana Fever. Here are 3 players the Liberty have been pegged to target. Dominique Malonga, France. French center Dominique Malonga is much younger than most WNBA draft prospects. The 19-year-old already has professional experience playing with Asvel Feminine and Turbes GB in her native France. While raw, 6 feet 6 inches, Malonga can already dunk and earned a silver medal with Team France at the 2024 Paris Olympics. The Liberty can take their time with the teenager as she develops behind established talent. All 3 of ESPN, Sports Illustrated's Women's Fast Break, and Winsider have tabbed the Liberty to select Malonga with the 7th selection. She was a key starter for the Gamecocks as they won the 2024 NCAA title, averaging 11.0 points while shooting a clinical 46.8% from 3. Popow has maintained her hot shooting this season, hitting 44.4% of her shots from range while scoring 13.5 points a night. The senior guard from California was pegged by both CBS Sports and Bleacher Report to fall to the Liberty at 7, while outlets project Popow to come off the board slightly earlier. Ozzie Fudd, Connecticut. The Liberty would be rolling the dice if they selected Connecticut guard Ozzie Fudd. The talented 22-year-old guard has featured just 42 times for the Huskies in parts of 4 seasons due to relentless injury issues. Fudd has been out nearly a year after tearing her ACL in November of 2023. She looked like one of the most convincing scorers in the country when she averaged 15.1 points in 10 starts during the 2022-23 campaign. If she lines up alongside Paige Bueckers, Fudd could see a ton of single coverage and thrive. While Tankathon projects the liberty to select the Connecticut guard, it's unlikely she falls to 7. ESPN projects Fudd to come off the board with the third pick. Watkins is on track to break Clark's college basketball points record. The 29th season of the WNBA delivered the most watched regular season in 24 years, finished with the highest attendance in 22 years and set records for digital consumption and merchandise sales in 2024. The main driver was Rookie of the Year Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever player who became the NCAA's all-time leading scorer in both men's and women's basketball last year in Iowa and led Indiana to the playoffs for the first time since 2016 and their best record since 2015. Clark's legacy is such that UConn's Paige Bueckers and USC's Juju Watkins, one of the rising stars in women's basketball, recently shared their admiration for Clark during a Fox Sports tribute to Clark's college career. Watkins praised Clark not only for her basketball skills, but also for her character, saying, "Great player, good person as well, she's been great, and I'm really excited for her at this next stage in her career." Watkins' comments reflect the widespread respect Clark has earned for her contributions to the game as she continues to inspire the next generation of players, and surely Angel Reese, Bueckers and Watkins will be inspired by her. As for Juju, just 4 games into her sophomore year, she has already broken Clark's record by becoming the fastest Power 5 player in college basketball history to reach 1,000 career points, doing so in just 38 games to Clark's 40. Watkins' comments reflect the widespread respect Clark has earned for her contributions to the game as she continues to inspire the next generation of players, and surely Angel Reese, Bueckers and Watkins will be inspired by her. As for Juju, just 4 games into her sophomore year, she has already broken Clark's record by becoming the fastest Power 5 player in college basketball history to reach 1,000 career points, doing so in just 38 games to Clark's 40. Since her freshman year, she has become a women's college basketball superstar in her own right. Last season, the 19-year-old averaged 27.1 points on 40.1% shooting, 7.3 rebounds, 3.3 assists, 2.3 steals and 1.6 blocks per game, showing off her all-around game. If she continues at this pace, she will very likely break Clark's record. She has at least 2 years left at USC, so we'll have plenty of time to see if she can do what Clark couldn't, win a national championship. Clark's great success in the WNBA must be attributed to her years in college where she had some incredible moments with the Iowa Hawkeyes before turning pro. In addition to becoming the NCAA Division I all-time leading scorer for both men and women, Clark was a 2-time National Player of the Year with the Hawkeyes. Sadly for her, she reached back-to-back finals, losing to Angel Reese and LSU in 2023 and this year to South Carolina's Camila Cardozo, now with the Chicago Sky. Thanks to Clark, who has made a lasting impact on women's basketball both on and off the court, next year's WNBA season is expected to be even bigger in terms of viewership. Just like this year in college, where she left her mark, it is likely that Paige Bueckers and Juju Watkins will help make it one of the most watched years. The unrivaled basketball league's aggressive pursuit of Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark has been well documented. The upstart 3-on-3 league reportedly had a Lionel Messi-like offer planned for 2024 the WNBA Rookie of the Year, and co-founder Nafisa Collier recently hinted Unrivaled was planning to make Clark quite the lucrative offer, reported to be $1 million higher than any other player in the league. Things have been quiet on the Clark front for a few weeks, but a tweet from the Unrivaled X account on Tuesday has fans thinking that some big news could be coming their way Wednesday after it was announced the club selection would be held from 11 a.m. to 11:22 a.m., a seeming nod to Clark's number 22. What might seem like an average Wednesday in November is in fact a momentous occasion for those who follow women's professional basketball, the tweet read. Let's be clear, this is not just another roster announcement. This is the moment that sets the foundation for the inaugural season of the new, star-studded 3v3 league, tipping off on January 17, 2025, in Miami and airing on TNT and Max. If it hasn't become abundantly clear yet, you may want to consider creating a calendar hold with a reminder for yourself. Unrivaled has pulled out all the stops in trying to woo Clark. The league added Clark's Fever teammates Aaliyah Boston and Lexie Hull plus her close friend Kate Martin ahead of its inaugural season, and it expanded from 30 to 36 players to make room for her should she want to join. Multiple reports also indicated that the Unrivaled had no qualms with making Clark its highest paid player. The average salary for the other 35 players is expected to be approximately $250,000, and a $1 million payday for a few weeks' worth of work may be too enticing for Clark to pass up considering she made just $76,535 as a rookie this season. The future of women's professional basketball in the United States is here as Unrivaled Basketball begins its inaugural season in 2025. Unrivaled Basketball is a groundbreaking 3-on-3 women's professional basketball league founded by WNBA superstars and Olympic gold medalists Nafisa Collier and Breanna Stewart. The league will begin play on January 17, 2025 in Miami. With Collier and Stewart leading the way, the league will feature 36 of the biggest names in women's basketball, including Angel Reese and 2024 All-Star Game MVP Rika Gumbawale. Here is a complete list of players set to participate in the inaugural season of Unrivaled Basketball. Unrivaled includes 7 former number 1 overall WNBA draft picks including Stewart, Aaliyah Boston, Brittany Griner, Kelsey Plum, and Jackie Young. Here is the star-studded list of 34 confirmed participants for Unrivaled's inaugural season.